Today, gents, let's talk about some of the things that may be preventing you from getting a girlfriend or any interest from the ladies, or even maintaining a long relationship with your current partner. Today, we are going to dive into the world of pet peeves and things that ladies absolutely hate in relationships. And I hope that we can all be a little bit adult about this so that we don't get too ramped up or hurt. Remember, gents, I'm actually on your side. I'm here to help you be the best version of yourself. So let's get started. Like and subscribe. Let's go. The very first thing is saying, "I told you so." Women hate hearing it. You gents hate hearing it. We hate it when our mum calls us out for it. It's a phrase that no one really wants to hear. And sadly, as we become more familiar with our partners or those that we are interested in, we become a little bit slack in our politeness with them. So this is your reminder, to not say this phrase. Being messy. Don't think that I'm going to let the girls escape on this one, because some women can be very messy as well. But a big pet peeve is that women hate it when a guy is a little bit too messy. I get it, being overwhelmed with work and not being able to wash your laundry for 2 weeks is okay, we let it slide. But if you make food and then leave that food out on the worktop, or you don't wash the dishes, or you end up using all of the cutlery in your house rather than cleaning as you go, yeah, that's kind of the definition of messy. Women hate it, and I'm sure you guys would absolutely hate it too if you ended up dating a lady that is extremely messy. Talking about an ex-girlfriend. Of course, in healthy adult relationships, there are going to be moments where you talk about your past experiences with partners, and that is okay to do so as long as it comes from a healthy place. Now, most ladies do hate it when their current partners talk about their ex-girlfriends because it makes them feel just a tad insecure and as if they are not good enough for you. Saying the words, "I'm fine," when we know that you really aren't. The average lady has higher empathy than guys. Obviously, not always, but that's the average. And if someone knows you very well, they are going to know when you're not feeling your best self. So if you try to disguise your sadness and your negative emotions by saying, "I'm fine really," well, the girl deep down knows that you're not. And a woman would much prefer that you were just honest and said, "You know what, I don't feel okay today," because maybe she could provide a solution or even just guide you through the feelings that you are feeling. Being late. Every now and then, we will all arrive late to our destinations. Maybe the traffic was crazy, maybe we overslept, or maybe we didn't really plan how we should have done. However, if someone is chronically late, it's a sign of disrespect for themselves and the upcoming plans. Women hate waiting around for people, so be very mindful of this. Being taken for granted. At the start of a relationship, we appreciate every single thing that our partner does, and then eventually we become so used to them that we automatically take them for granted. And a lady is more likely to be aware of this, and she tries to reignite that passion in the relationship and then tells you many reasons that she's grateful. She kind of overcompensates and works overtime, hoping that you will act on this and make her feel appreciated. Being rude to others. It's a huge turn-off and a big pet peeve when a woman sees a man being rude. And this can go in many forms: trolling people online, joking about someone's appearance, engaging in hate content in online forums, or just being rude to cashiers. Even if what you say is in the form of kind of a humorous approach, it's actually still rude to make fun of someone. So don't expect to get in the good books of a lady when you do this. Failing to give personal space. Both people in a relationship need regular space. The amount of space completely depends on each unique person. When a partner tries to defy the other person's need for space, then that is relationship codependency borderlands. It could be you haven't got the hint that your partner is trying to go out and do some fun things, and she hasn't invited you for a reason. Not because she doesn't like you anymore, it's because she just wants some space. And if you start to notice a regular pattern where she goes out and she's not invited you, then you have to answer this question: is she doing this to get some space? She probably is, so let her go out and do her thing. Acting different around family. It's so common, and a lot of guys, you don't realise this. When we go back to our family homes and we see our parents, for those of us that haven't done a lot of self-growth and healing when we left home, that means they are more likely to display this type of behaviour. And that behaviour is reverting back to past behaviours when you guys were a teen. You could end up being super lazy and your parents pick up after you, or at Christmas time when you go over, you become moody, arrogant and very rude. And like I said, a lot of guys and even the women don't notice this behavioural change in themselves. So please be mindful of this, because it's very likely your girlfriend will pick up on this immediately, and then she'll just be standing there watching you argue with your mum at Christmas time thinking, why am I here? Giving the silent treatment. Despite what you think, silent treatment is very damaging, and it's actually an immature way of responding to your own hurt. If you engage in silent treatment, it means you're trying to punish your partner and push them away because of what happened. Now, the adult way to handle when you're upset is to verbalize it and communicate with your partner. Not helping out with the chores. Eventually, the modern society will get this balance right, where it will be 50-50 handling the chores in the household. And if you refuse to help out your partner with chores, well, this is not okay, and you have to think about why this is. Women's work isn't to be a cleaning person. That was just something that a man created many centuries ago for his benefit. Now imagine if you were born female and you automatically claim the title of cleaner, and your request to be helped out around the house would be ignored. You would probably feel like it wasn't fair, right? And the biggest way to aggravate your lady is to not get up and give her a hand when you see her doing a chore. For example, if you're watching the TV and you see that she's unloading the dishwasher in the kitchen, don't just sit there and watch TV, go up there and talk to her, give her a hand. Sharing your partner's flaws with others. You may make a joke in front of your girl to your friends about, let's say, her fear of rabbits. To you and your friends, it sounds hilarious that she's scared of cute bunny rabbits, but to your girl, she's gonna feel mortified that you are all laughing at her. I have actually witnessed this many times in my friend group, where the boyfriend doesn't realise that he's having a joke with his friends about his girlfriend, thinking that she's going to join in and start laughing about herself when really she felt very disrespected, and then they had an argument afterwards. Being unresponsive. Girls hate it when they text a guy a cute message and then they don't receive a text back. Even though he's been online a couple of times and probably messaged his friends, he still doesn't message her back. Eventually, your girl is going to feel like you are no longer interested, and it also shows a lack of respect. So make sure you do reply back. Not being aware of the small things. The little things mean a lot in a relationship. It could be you simply have to nip out to go to a store to pick up something, and just before you leave, you ask your partner if there's anything that you would like to pick up for her. Now, this sounds like nothing, but it's actually a tiny act of care that she will love. Being preoccupied with technology. Girls hate it when they are not getting your attention. Now, of course, they're not going to be able to get your attention all of the time, but eventually they may start feeling uncomfortable because you're always busy on your phone. Maybe you're always busy playing video games, hanging out with your friends, and eventually the more time you spend not interacting with her, this actually starts to build up a bit of resentment inside her. She's going to feel ignored, and then she's going to feel like, well, she's boring because you're choosing to do everything else apart from engage with her. If you think I missed something from today's video, let me know down in the comments. Give me a huge thumbs up and consider subscribing to make my day. But if you want to get your name rolling up next to my face, like these amazing people's names here, then all you have to do is click the link in the description bar below to find out a little bit more. Have an amazing day. See you soon.